Mass Attacks here and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to have a look at a battle from the Tier 7 Premium Russian Heavy Tank. It is the IS-2 Shielded. And as always, before we get into the action, I'll show you my crew and equipment that I've currently got in this tank. My crew on this tank aren't too bad, all onto the third skill. It is my crew from my IS-3. The equipment that I use in the special survivability slot is vents. Then I've got a gun rammer and a gun lane drive. So let's have a look at it in action. Today I'm playing on Empire's Border. It's a standard battle and I've got the 5-10 matchmaking and I'm top tier today. So I'm heading to the south. This is generally where I go when I'm using a heavy tank. I don't see any point going to the north of the map. So this tank, is it any good? I have to say there's nothing special at all about this tank. It is pretty much the same as all Russian heavy tanks at this tier. So nothing special at all, just decent alpha damage. So if you get a matchmaking like this, you're top tier and you're a heavy tank, I think you pretty much have to put a decent show on and do well in the battle to be able to win. You shouldn't have to carry the battle by yourself, you should have decent support, other tanks doing well. But if anybody is going to carry a game, I would say it's your top tier heavy tank. So back to the battle. When you get to this position that I'm at, you can either go further south down the bottom, which is a good place, or you could try and push up here. It's not the best when you haven't got the gun depression, but there's nobody here, so I thought I'd take this position. Super Hellcats, nice shot into him. When the enemy's got the high ground and you're on the low ground, especially if the enemy's got gun depression, when they're firing down on you, your top plate on your hull armour is flatter, so they do have a better chance of penetrating your armour. So try and not sit below tanks, you'll just get taken out. So at the moment it's not looking great for me team. 5 tanks down. If the P43 Tur on my team gets taken out down here on the bottom, I'm in trouble because the enemy tanks can come to us from 2 different angles, which is always a problem. So I'm just pulling back, see if I can support him, help him stay alive. Couldn't get a shot in, but hopefully he's okay now. So I'm going to push back to this corner, and here's an enemy pushing forward. KV3, nice shot into him, he didn't even notice us, so that was fortunate. So now I'm pulling back, trying to hide me hull. Pushing forward now, there's a Hellcat, take him out. Now getting damage is good in the game, but if you can take a tank out, you're much better off doing that, as that's one less gun firing at you. So I managed to get another shot into the KV3, I've tracked him in position. Hopefully I can get another shot in before he repairs his track. There it is, just pulling back again. There was support coming down, KV2 I think. So I'm just pulling back just in case he was going to pull straight round the corner. KV3's been taken out, didn't penetrate the KV2. Got slight problems at the moment as the enemy's at our base. I'll have to deal with this KV2 before I can go back and defend the base. So there's a nice shot into the KV2 and I've got support by a Dickermax who's getting a shot into him. Now there's a T52 trying to get behind our Dickermax, so I'll try and take him out. And that's him taken out. That keeps our Dickermax into the game. But he's been taken out by the KV2 with that big derp gun. So I need to take the KV2 out now. Can I get a shot into his turret? And he's been taken out. So now it's back to the base. So I'll tell you a little bit about this tank now. I've just bounced a shot from a Comet. Cannot see him. So on this tank you get a 122mm gun, which is great at tier 7, but it only has 175mm of penetration, which isn't that bad, but there is a lot better. And then you get 390 alpha damage, which is really nice, but your gun handling is really poor. I've got a reload time of 10.11 seconds, which gives us a DPM of 2314, which is nothing special. But as I was saying, the gun handling, even with the gun lane drive, I've got an aim time of 2.82 seconds, which is terrible. and then you get a dispersion of 0.42, which is absolutely terrible as well. And then on top of that, you only get 6 degrees of gun depression, so not the greatest on a ridgeline. So now I'm back to base. I'm trying to tell the P-43 to go for the arty. There is 3 arty left, take them out and I'll defend the base. I know the Comet is this way, but since the P-43 hasn't taken any notice of us, I'm going to turn round and defend the other side just in case we get flanked. So I'll get back to telling you about this tank, and now we'll talk about the armour. On the hull you get 100mm on the front, which isn't too bad with this MM, and then you get 90mm on the side, which is really good, and 60mm on the rear. And then the turret is pretty much the same. You get 100mm on the front, 90mm on the side, but you do get 90mm on the rear as well. So the P-43 is following us again for some reason. I'm trying to tell him to defend the base. Although it's good to stick together when it's 2 against 5. But in this situation, I haven't really got the mobility to go around and get the artillery. And the enemy have got 2 really mobile tanks, the Comet and the ABR. So I need to really stop next to the base. So the P-43 looks like he's stopping there, so I'm going to head back to the base. And as I do, I'll tell you about the mobility of this tank, and there's nothing special about the mobility. You do only get a top speed of 30 kilometers an hour going forward, and then 14 kilometers an hour in reverse. There's the ABR. Can I get a shot into the ABR? It'll be a great tank to take out. Can I get the shot in? Dispersion's not going to work from that distance. Hopefully the P-43 will take him out. So I'm going to peek this way. There is a Hummel over that way, an artillery. So I'm just going to peek, see if we're getting flanked by the Comet. And there he is. Snapshot. I was lucky to get that snapshot in. He's getting a shot into us. He's firing gold. He's got a great rate of fire. Killed me driver. I've quickly used my first aid kit. Got me driver back into the game. And I snapshotted the Comet, which I was fortunate again with that. So an artillery did hit us, only took 33 hit points off us, which isn't the end of the world. So now I'm going to try and help me P-43 who's having a nightmare with that ABR Hotch. Doesn't look like he's getting any damage into him, and he's been taken out, so that's not great. So now I'm by myself against 4, 1 ABR and 3 artillery. It looks like the ABR is going to go right round, try and flank us, I think, come from behind us. If I stop behind this mountain, should make it harder for the artillery to hit us. When I fired them shots at the Comet, they were my last standard rounds, so now I'm onto the gold, which I'm really reluctant to use, but since I've run out of standard shells I'll have to. So with these gold shells, what changes, apart from the price of firing them, is my penetrations went up from 175 to 217. I could change to my HE shells. The ABR and the artillery are lightly armoured, but I'm going to stick to the gold because I really need to take this ABR out if I've got any chance of winning this battle. So I'm in position, waiting for the ABR to try and flank us. I can't sit out in the open and try and outspot him because my view range on this tank is only 356 meters, and here's the ABR behind us. He must have turned round again, so I'm going to pull back round into the base so he can't get behind us. And there's an artillery trying to cap. He's hit us. I've used my first aid kit to get rid of the stun, and I've managed to take him out. Now I'm trying to get cover behind these rocks, just waiting for this ABR to try and flank us again, and here he is. I need to get into a position where he can't get behind us. I've fluffed the shot there, and he's managed to get behind us, getting some ramming damage. He's getting a shot into us though. Come on, turn. I'm getting a shot into him. Pulled back, he's firing gold. One more shot, I'm finished. Just trying to angle, hopefully bounce the shot, and I did bounce the shot and managed to take him out. This final shot must have been straight into me gun, so it's just damaged me gun and didn't actually penetrate me or give us any damage. So I've used my repair kit and now my gun's fully working. So where is the two artillery? Two M44s. I've got a sneaky feeling they might be trying to sneak round. That's what I would do. If they all moved in towards us together, they would have had a much better chance than coming in single file. So I'm suspecting they might come from this way. I'm going to have to be really wary of them because I do only have 82 hit points left. So I'm going to try and keep to the ridge line as much as possible. So if one of them's coming to try and spot us and the other one's sitting right back to try and get the shots in, hopefully I'm in cover so he can't do that. So now I've changed to the HE shells, and with these shells I only get 61mm of penetration, but I do get 530 alpha damage with them. So at tier 6 artillery, I'm hoping I should be able to take them out. Now I was heading back there because I was getting a little bit wary in case one was coming from behind us, but they weren't, they're both in front of us. So what I've done here is get behind the wall. HE shells will just splash off the wall and hopefully I'll survive. So one of them fired, know that. I was lit, not sure if I am now, and now I can see one. I'm zooming right in and took him out. Not sure if the other one's fired or not, or which one did fire, but I don't think I'm spotted. I'm going to move in, keep myself in line with the buildings from where I last spotted the artillery. So I'm going to push through. What I don't want to do really is knock walls down, because he will be able to see that, so I'm trying to get through the gaps. And if he's went round this corner, hopefully I can spot him through the bushes. I've just had to knock the fence over, so he might have spotted that. So I'm just heading to the corner, a bit wary of pushing forward in case he's pre-aimed in. Peek in the bush, there he is, and snapshot straight into him and managed to take him out. Let's have a quick look at the stats. Was a Masters tank reward. We got the Radley Walters medal for our 8 kills, the Demetrius medal for destroying 3 artillery, the high caliber for our 4,244 damage, and the top gun. Top of the tree for XP with a base XP of 1699. Top for damage by a long way. I made 186,000 credits, but that's due to a personal mission payout and a personal reserve bonus, plus 6,883 XP, that's due to playing a premium vehicle, a personal reserve bonus, and an award for the first victory each day, which was at ×2. I'd like to thank you for watching today's battle. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. There's a little icon in the bottom right hand corner. And if you have any feedback, please could you leave it via the thumbs buttons in the comment section below. Cheers.